Let's start by reviewing the difference between weather and climate. Weather is what you see when you look outside right now. Some words that we use to describe weather include sunny, rainy, windy, hot, and cold. Climate is what we use to refer to weather patterns over time. Some of the words scientists use to describe climate include tropical climate, grasslands, semi-arid, humid subtropical, Mediterranean, subarctic, tropical, desert, polar ice caps, and temperate. The main difference between weather and climate is that weather can change quickly and that climate is weather patterns over time. Is this an example of weather or climate? It's weather because it can change quickly. Is this an example of weather or climate? It's climate because this is a weather pattern over time. Let's move on to parts of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is everything between the Earth and space. There are many different layers to the atmosphere. In this unit, we'll mostly be focusing on the troposphere. Next, let's review the states of matter. You probably remember learning about solids, liquids, and gases. Do you see a solid, liquid, or gas? Do you see a solid, liquid, or gas? Solid, liquid, or gas? This is a trick question because you can't actually see the state of matter. Remember, usually you cannot see gases. Let's review the different names for water. Water is a molecule with one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. Even when it changes to a solid, liquid, or gas, it's always made of water molecules. What do we call water when it's a liquid? What do we call water when it's a solid? What do we call water when it's a gas? Let's review the water cycle. You probably remember learning about evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Here we can see evaporation. The liquid water is being changed into water vapor. Next, we have condensation. That's when the water vapor is being changed into a cloud. Next, we have precipitation. Precipitation is how water comes back to the earth. It can be rain, sleet, hail, or snow. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Finally, we're almost there. Let's review what a water molecule is. A water molecule is one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. Even when water is a solid, liquid, or gas, it's always made up of water molecules. The only difference is the arrangement of the water molecules and the movement of the water molecules. Let's look at the water molecules in a solid, liquid, and gas. What do you notice about the arrangement of the water molecules? Are the solids closer together or the gases closer together? In a solid, the water molecules are very close together, and as they move towards a gas, they get farther and farther apart. Next, let's talk about the movement of water molecules, how fast or slow they move in a solid, liquid, or gas. Where are the water molecules moving the fastest? Where are the water molecules moving the slowest? You should have noticed that in a solid, the water molecules move the slowest, and as they go towards a gas, they move faster and faster. You might be wondering why water molecules are arranged differently or move differently in a solid, liquid, or gas. It's because water molecules in a gas have more energy. When you add energy to a solid, it becomes a liquid, and if you add more energy, it becomes a gas. One way that we measure energy is by temperature. Let's review. We learned about the difference between weather and climate. We talked about the layers of the atmosphere and that we'll be mostly learning about the troposphere. We talked about the states of matter, gases, liquids, and solids. We talked about the names of water, ice, liquid water, and water vapor. We talked about the water cycle, evaporation, condensation, precipitation. We talked about water molecules. And we talked about how water molecules move in a solid, liquid, and gas, and how they're arranged in a solid, liquid, or gas. Great job! You're all finished. Make sure you go back to the Google Doc.